Hello and welcome to Lab 2, Histograms and Sorting. This lab has a bunch of parts like the other lab. You've got Part A for sorting, Part B, here's where we're going to do histograms, C and D, also histograms, and there's a bonus section if you make it to it. This is not required. At the very end, you have a list of the skills that we're going to cover. So the first skill I'm going to start with is filter, and here we go. So this data set is the baseball salaries, positions for this last season. So when you have a data set, often you have a lot of queries, questions you want to ask. You want to find those answers, and there's a lot of different ways to find the answers quickly. So I'm going to show you a bunch of ways. I'm going to guide you through problems 1 through 8, and then on your own, I'm going to see if you can find the answers all the way up to 21. So I'll go through the skills you need to do that. The first question is, who is ranked 6th? So here's our ranking. To figure that out, we're going to need to do a filter. So let me show you how that works. There's 2 ways to make a filter. My favorite way is just to simply click on the table, just one place is all you need, and hit 3 keys. Those keys are Control, hold down Shift, and the letter L. And when I do that, boom, you see all these little triangles, that arrows have popped up coming down? That is my filter. I can turn it off the exact same way. I've got anywhere on this data set, I hold down Control, Shift, the letter L, and it's gone. Now, if it's hard to remember that, the other thing you can do is just highlight across the top headings, walk over here to Sort and Filter, and click on Filter. Both of those ways work. So I'm going to use filter to answer this question, who is ranked 6th? So I go over to the arrow for ranking, I deselect everything, I click on 6 and say OK, and boom, it shrank everything away, so I can't see anything, but I can see my answer. Jason Hayward. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. All right, I like to use Control-C, but you can use it that way. Now I need to bring everything back. So look at these little arrows pointing down right here. That's where I did the filtering. Bring that down and hit Clear Filter. Now there's my answer. If I click right here, and then I can go ahead and just paste that right on. All right? Okay, let's go to the next question. Who ranked 819 and played for Houston? So this is a higher ranked filter. This was sort of a 1-level filter. I'm going to go for a 2-level filter. I need ranking and who they played for. So let's go over to rank. That's going to be deselect everything. And I'm going to go over to 819 at the bottom here. Great. Tons of people rank that high. So I need to go to the team. And I only want Houston. So deselect everything. Go down to Houston. H-O-U. Okay, and there is one person, Carlos Correa. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy it. I'm now going to get rid of that filter and get rid of this side of my filter. It's right back here, and I'm going to hit Control-V, and it pops up. All right, so we've just looked at these 2 skills right here. Our filtering skill, remember to turn the filter on and off, you just do Control, Shift, and L. And I'm also looking at how to copy and paste items. For that, I just use Control-C and Control-V. What I'd like to look at next is sorting data and also how to highlight all the data. So let's go ahead and do that. Number 3 says to do a 2-level sort by salary, then position. So I need to do 2 things. To do a 2-level sort, I need to highlight all my data. The quick way to highlight all your data is just to hit Control and A. Everything's highlighted. Now, why do I care if I highlight all the data? If I'm interested in just salary, shouldn't I just do Control Shift down and do that and just sort it by this? And I can do that. I can do that and go up here and hit Custom Sort. And notice something comes up. It says Sort Warning. It is warning me that if I sort only here, I'm going to basically scramble all of my data. So I'm going to cancel that. I do not want to do that. Buster Posey makes this much money. If I sort this around, suddenly it's going to look like Buster Posey makes something else. So your data is linked by the row. I need these to always move together and stay together. So it is crucial that whenever I sort, I highlight everything. I can either do Control A, or if you like, you can go across the top and hit Control Shift down and highlight all of your data. Now I'm ready to do a sort. So I'm going to bring down the sort, go to Custom Sort. Notice I have this little thing clicked here. My data has headers. That way it can read when I go what to sort by. It will actually say what to sort by. And I want to sort by salary and then position. So salary goes first. And then I'm going to add a level, and I'm going to put the position. All right. Now, since I want to find what position has the highest salary, I will be sorting my salary largest to smallest. I think that makes the most sense. All right, let's see what happens. And here we go. Our highest salary is $33,000, and that position is SP. So a starting pitcher has the highest salary. So I'm just going to copy and paste that again. Control C. And then I'm just going to go ahead and paste. I'm actually going to do a paste special because I want it to paste the actual item, not just the cell number. So again, the important skills we got here is Control A for highlighting all your data and the sorting for viewing all of your data in a specific order. Next, I want to look at how many players are second basemen. So here I'm going to use something called Count A. Okay, so there's a lot of ways we can count things. So I want to just look at my second baseman and count them. So to do that, first thing I'm going to do is sort them. Now I can't sort them using the filter because if I sort them using this, watch what happens if I do 2B. Okay. Suddenly I just don't see things, so to actually like make a function with count A is going to be very difficult. And I don't know if you can tell, but do you see these numbers? This is 05 and 22. What this means is it's scrunched up and hidden all the numbers in between. So if I highlight things to try to count them, it's actually going to count all the stuff that's hidden as well. So that is not going to work for me. When I'm counting, I cannot use filter, but I can use sort. So how many players play second baseman? Okay, so let's go by position. And we'll just sort, how about Z to A? See if I get this close to second baseman. And I just want to count second baseman. So I'm going to go equals count A. You can see it right there. I'm going to double click. And now I'm going to find where second baseman starts. That is SB. So I need to find SB. And I'm sorry, I don't mean SB, I mean 2B for second baseman. So I find my 2B and I just highlight it all the way down. I'm going to highlight until the 2B right there, until I hit the end of it. And I'm going to hit enter. And there's my count. There's 47 of them. I highlighted 47. Okay, so counting words or a term, we like to use count A. That works great. But I'm going to also show you another counting technique here. I'm going to also show you count if. So watch this one. So count if says how many players are catchers. Now I could sort it all by catchers up here and highlight them using count A, but I also could do count if. So I do equals count if. See it pop up right there. And then I'm going to actually open up that function. I find it easier to work with here. And I'm going to look at my range. All right, so I want to go all the way from the top of the position. I'm going to do Control Shift down to get me all the way down to the bottom. And then my criteria is catcher. So all I'm going to type in is the letter C. And I'm going to say OK. And when I do that, I get 70 catchers. So there were 70 catchers. All right, so that was count if. I'd now like to go to something even more sophisticated, which is count ifs. So I'm looking at two things. So let's see how we can do that. So for number 6, how many catchers make more than $2 million? This is two categories. I'm going to do count ifs right down here. It's two things I'm going to look at. I'm going to open up that function key. And the first thing I'm going to look at is the criteria of what position. So I'm going to go to the top, Control Shift down. That's my range of data I'm looking at. So my first criteria is that they are catchers. Now my second criteria is going to be their salary. So I'm going to move this back up to the top. And I'm going to highlight salary for my second range, Control Shift down. Okay. And then I'm going to actually type in 2 million. Now the actual question was more than 2 million, so I actually have to type in the greater than symbol. That's right next to the question mark key. If you hit Shift right next to the question mark key, you'll see that greater than. So it's got greater than 2 million. I hope that is 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need one more 0 there. And then I say OK. And when I do that, I get my answer, which is 21. All right, so we've done count ifs. Now I want to go to counting numbers. So we've got all these cool ways to count. You can choose which one works best for you, but let's just show them to all of you. So this one is how many players make $535,000. So to figure out this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to again just sort that salary. Okay, so let's just sort smallest to largest. And then I'm going to just simply say equals. If I'm counting a number, I just use that word count. Double click right there. Okay, and then I just go to 535 and I highlight all the 535s that I see all the way down. Oh, keeps going. Once they're all highlighted, you hit enter. and there's your answer, 50. All right, so that's count. What is the minimum salary anyone can earn? So for minimum, I could sort it and look at what's the lowest, but I also could simply do equals min. And if I want the max, I do equals max. So you can see there's min. And then I'm just going to go up to the top here, and I'm going to highlight all of the salaries. Control-Shift down, hit enter, and when I do that, I can see the minimum is 535. All right, so that's how you do all of these guys right here. These are the answers. What I would like you to do now is pause for a little while and try to find all of these on your own, and I will post those answers in a minute. So I want to see if you can find them, and then just when you found them, hit play and see what the answers are. I do want to give you one final warning on sorting. Please do not scramble your data. Highlight everything. Remember, Control A. Here are the answers for all of them right here, from 1 to 21. And these are the equations that I use to get there. The ones that do not have equations, I use sorting or filter and then cut and paste the answer. But you can see all the equations for all of the answers. That's it for Part A. Again, here are the skills that we covered. Go on to the next video to see how to do Part B.